Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of HSP TV. Today is the 56th episode, and I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why you are not attracting your ideal clients. I'm sure you've heard people talk about the beauty of working with ideal clients. Not only are they a joy to work with, but they understand the value of your work, which means they'll pay those premium prices and regularly send referrals your way. Sounds dreamy, right? Except right now, you're stuck. You're stuck in a cycle of working with whoever comes along, and the thought of saying no to someone willing to give you money just seems counterintuitive. And I want you to know that I hear you. That is why I want to help you to identify what's going on and to finally bring in the clients that just light you up. I'm going to walk you through the 3 big possible reasons why you are not attracting your ideal clients yet, along with an action step for each that you can implement right away. So let's dive in right now. The first reason why you might not be attracting your ideal clients is you don't really know who you are talking to. And I know this sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many entrepreneurs haven't taken the time to think about who they are talking to. So no worries, you're not alone in this. Maybe this is you right now. You have a hard time knowing what to say or how to say it. You get crickets when you launch an offer. You attract all sorts of people, but not those who are right for your services. You get confused when no one jumps at your offer and question if you should change your services or your packages or maybe the type of offers you offer. I should preface this by saying that narrowing down your ideal client will not limit your business. I promise. Yes, you'll repel people, but the ones turned off by your message aren't the right people for you to work with. When you try to talk to everyone, you're actually talking to no one. And that's because your message is so watered down to appeal to a broad group of people that no one strongly resonates with what you are saying. And the goal here is to speak specifically to your ideal clients so that when they read your message, they think, oh my gosh, you're inside my head. How do you know who I am? How do you know what I'm thinking? That's what you want to do. So your action step, if this is something that you recognize for yourself, or what I'm saying right here resonates with you, is to define your ideal client so that you can clearly communicate your message to your ideal clients. And the things you need to know about your ideal clients are: what type of person do you dream of working with? What is their age, their occupation, their family status, their education level? Where are they right now in terms of struggles and fears and limiting beliefs? And where do they desire to be? What do they value? Answering these questions is a fairly intuitive process. And some people find it helpful to just start writing about who this person is, to really take a person in mind. Let's call her Jessica. And then write about Jessica. What does she love? What does she do? Who is she? Where does she go? Who is Jessica? And I think you'll be surprised at how easily the words come to you when you do that. And remember, this is just a starting point to help you get specific on your ideal client and to truly know who you're trying to draw to your business. As you continue to gain clarity, you can refine your answers or expand on the questions. And if this is something that's challenging to you or that you've already tried, but you just don't feel like you're getting the right words or attracting the right people, even though you tried this exercise already, then contact me. I'm offering a free discovery call to anyone who wants to attract their ideal clients and wants to have a step-for-step process in how to do that. So contact me by booking a discovery call. It's free. The link is down below this video, and I would love to just talk with you. It's no strings attached, I promise. You're not committing to anything. It's free. So there's only knowledge to gain. The second reason why you might not be attracting your ideal clients is because you haven't done your research or your market research. Now that you know who your ideal client is, the next step is to talk to people who fit that description. Like I just said, answering the questions about your ideal client is an intuitive process. And as an HSP, an empath, or just an intuitive entrepreneur, you know how your intuition works. But it's important to back up your intuition with some actual research. Honestly, you probably have a good grasp of your ideal client's struggles, of their desires and their fears. But if you're not talking about it in a way that they can understand, the message might not click. Because there's a difference between the language that we as experts use versus the language that our ideal clients use. I'll give you an example from my own business. Earlier this year, I did some more market research. I knew who my ideal client was, but I needed to work on my marketing messages. And I wanted to be sure that I really got inside my ideal client's head. And what stood out to me the most was that my ideal client's biggest fear around running a business is that it will be too stressful and that it will drain them of their energy. They are afraid of not being able to protect their energy, of not attracting and working with the right type of clients. They're worried about not making enough money and maybe losing everything they worked so hard for in the process. I wasn't clear on that before I did this last round of market research. But now that I am, it helps me to address that in my messaging and ease the concern for my potential clients. So an action step for this reason, if this is the thing that resonates with you, is to do market research and actually talk to your ideal clients. And I hear you thinking, okay, Barbara, I understand what you're saying, but how do I actually do market research? Good question, and I'm glad you asked. There are a few options. The best option is to actually get people on a phone call and to just chat with them, like I'm doing in this video right now. So if this resonates with you, just book that free discovery call and let's talk and see what I can do to help you with your next step. Because talking with people gets you the most in-depth answers, and you can read between the lines based on body language and their tone of voice. So be very specific in the type of person that you want to talk to. For example, you can say what stage of business they're at, any necessary demographics, stuff like that. This will ensure that you're talking to the right people and getting the feedback that you need. Jot down questions that you want to ask them, but make sure that you let the conversation flow as naturally as possible. This is about getting inside your ideal client's head. So you may get answers that are different from what you are expecting. And this is great because it means that you're getting new insights. Other ways of doing market research include posting a single question in a Facebook group, creating a survey, searching for keywords in Facebook groups, or using a keyword search function like from Google, for instance. These are all ways that you can do more market research. And again, if you need help with that, book that free, no strings attached discovery call with me. The third reason you're not attracting your ideal clients or not enough of them is that you're not grabbing their attention. So, okay, Let's say that you know who your ideal clients are and you've done your research, but you still find that most of the people you're attracting to your business don't fit the profile for your dream client. Then what? It's time to look at your visuals. And by that, I mean your brand design, your website, your social media graphics, and any other marketing materials that you're using. Have you carefully thought about what your ideal clients are drawn to? Or did you get lost in the endless options of the creative market? And have you thrown all caution to the wind? Chances are you and your ideal clients share similar style preferences, but you still need to take into account how your design speaks to them. Your brand design should be a beautiful middle ground between what you love and what speaks to your ideal clients. If you go to one extreme of just factoring in your style preferences, it's not going to communicate the right thing to your audience. Yeah, butterflies or a certain symbol might have a special meaning to you, but does that relate to your clients at all? And how does that make them feel? But if you swing to the opposite extreme of just thinking about your ideal clients, then you lose out on the personal touches that make your brand feel like you. Does your audience feel connected to you? Do you feel like it's a true reflection of who you are? As you can tell, it's a delicate balance. So how can you find that balance? An action step for this one, if this resonates with you, is to create an inspiration board that reflects your style and speaks to your ideal clients. A lot of you probably don't know this, but I worked in IT for 17 years and I was a web designer and a web developer, and I've created many websites and I've created many brands. I still do this from time to time. So if you feel that this is something that's bothering you or blocking you or hindering you and you cannot find the right tone of voice or the right message on your website, or maybe with your visuals or your logo or whatever, you can contact me, because this is something that I can really help you with, because I've done it so often and for so long. I created my own websites, I create all my own visuals, all my own messages. So if you like what I'm putting out there, then chances are I can help you do the same for you. Why I say an inspiration board is because that board pulls together the feeling of your brand. The goal is to create a board that pulls in things you and your ideal client will love. Here are already some ideas to get you going. How do you want your audience to feel? What textures and colors are you drawn to? What do you love? And how do you make your guests feel welcome in your home? If this resonates with you, and if you are serious about wanting a rewarding business where you only work with your soul aligned clients, then you and me, we need to talk. Hop on a free, no strings attached discovery call with me so we can get really clear on where you are now, where you want to be, what is blocking you, and what steps you can take to get to where you want to be. Just click on the link below this video or send me a message in Facebook Messenger, via WhatsApp, Telegram, Voxer, Instagram, LinkedIn. It doesn't matter. Just send me a message and we'll get you set. I hope that this episode was valuable to you, and I hope that you learned something from it. And I would love it if you could share it with your network if this was valuable to you, and if you know people that it might be interesting for. And I would also love it if you could let me know by the comments which of these reasons appeals to you, or in which of these 3 reasons that I just mentioned you recognize yourself. That will be awesome. Lastly, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for watching. And I hope to see you again for the next episode of HSP TV. Bye for now.